Welcome to the go-home show of SmackDown. The go-home show before the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which will see SmackDown take the helm, take the lead, take the charge, and main event the show. This is going to be the build-up to one of the matches that is going to be on that show, and that is the Fatal 5-Way match for that belt right there, the SmackDown Women's Championship, currently held by Ronda Rousey, who's held it since the beginning of the season. She's been incredibly dominant, incredibly undefeated up until last week, when she lost to the Horsewomen. They betrayed her, and now she's in yet another match with them. And her partner, someone who I'm sure that she cannot stand, and I'm sure that feeling is mutual. Charlotte Flair, the former Queen of Raw, who came here and was handed the opportunity to be at Hell in a Cell. It seems like Paul Heyman is determined to dethrone Ronda Rousey of that championship title, but for now they have to team up together. And their opponents, just like last week, the odds are stacked against them. A woman that we've not seen in quite a while, Shayna Baszler. We've not seen her compete in a very long time, I think since just before Tribute to the Troops. And all three Horsewomen are going to be taking on Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair in tag team action to kick off tonight's show. So this is pretty interesting because Duke and Shafir actually have pinfalls over both of these women, both Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, as Duke takes the fight to Ronda now. It is not elimination, just one fall to the finish. Oh, and there's a rolling clothesline by Rousey, who wasn't able to get like any offense in last week. It was a complete mauling, one that she was not expecting at all. At least now she's had a little bit of time to prepare. This match was announced on Twitter a couple of hours ago by Paul Heyman, so she at least knew to some extent that she'd be teaming with Charlotte Flair here tonight. And as mentioned, all five of these women are going to be battling it out for Ronda Rousey's championship. So even the Horsewomen are going to come to blows as now Duke sort of pummels and tortures Rousey back into the Horsewomen's corner. Ronda Rousey now with a takedown to Duke. Duke has that big pinfall over Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's debut, they were in a triple threat elimination match. Charlotte eliminated Shafir, and then Duke eliminated Charlotte, and then last week Shafir got the pinfall on Rousey. So both Horsewomen, massive pinfalls. A lot of momentum going into Hell in a Cell. There's now some tag team action between Flair and Rousey, something that not entirely sure if we'd see. If they can get on with each other, we might actually see the Horsewomen pick up a loss. Of course, Duke and Shafir working double duty at Hell in a Cell. They've also got a triple threat women's tag match to deal with against Millie McKenzie and Rhea Ripley and Samoan Slaughter earlier in the night. We know that that match is going to be going on before the Fatal 5-Way. Tag made back to Rousey. Tag made to Baszler. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler now duking it out. The first time that these two have collided since Backlash, right at the beginning of the season. They teamed up shortly after, Rousey taking Baszler down. Weren't sure whether she had enough time to attack the Horsewomen. She didn't, and it has costed the momentum of the match. Rousey's really been caught off her game by this betrayal from Paul Heyman. Oh, stiff elbow shot to Baszler, who must have at least some ring rust from not competing for the past 2.5 months. And now Baszler lifting Rousey up, but Rousey wriggling out into a glorious DDT. Elevated DDT there by Rousey. And now Rousey picking Baszler up. Rowdy Buster by Rousey to Baszler, centre of the ring, but Baszler straight back up. She's far too fresh to be put away by a Rousey Buster. It's going to knock her around a bit. going to certainly shake her confidence. Is now the barrage of attacks in the corner now. Kicks and punches and forearms. And now a back suplex, making sure that Rousey does not get the tag to Charlotte Flair. It's sort of turned into a 3-on-1 systematic breakdown of Ronda Rousey. And I don't think Charlotte Flair is necessarily that desperate to tag herself into this match. She knows damn well that she doesn't have to win it. And now Rousey with a burst of adrenaline, trying to get back on top of this. Shayna Baszler's been in complete control since getting the tag, up until now, as Rousey goes for what looks like another Rowdy Buster, and she hits it. Baszler quite close to the ropes though, but I don't think Rousey cares at this stage. What is she setting up for now? Whatever it is. Oh, Baszler's not going to let her do it. Stiff gut shot. We saw that Brock Lesnar was injured from some stiff gut shots by Shinsuke Nakamura. We don't want to see history repeat itself. But now, again, working on the mid-body of Ronda Rousey as Baszler just throws her around, hauling dead weight at this stage. And now pinfall, looking at Flair. Oh, Baszler kicks out just before 3. Flair was not getting in that ring. Flair was just not interested at all. Look at Baszler just taunting Flair. And now grabbing hold of her. I think Flair was trying to stay as fresh as possible so that she could go into Hell in a Cell. Oh, kick to the gut. But Rousey with a reversal. Picking up Baszler. Oh, guillotine onto the top rope. And now, setting up Rousey out of nowhere. She's tackled her down. Open palm strikes to Baszler. And now the cross armbar. The cross armbar, but Baszler's still fresh. She's not worked on the arm. And she manages to wriggle around. Oh, straight jabs to Ronda Rousey there. And now Baszler making sure that Rousey does not get that tag. Charlotte now wanting it after Baszler attacked her. And Rousey manages to make the tag. Baszler backing off back into her corner. Oh, stiff clothesline. She dodges the elbow. Oh, she dodges again. Punch to the back. Punch to the gut. Oh, kick to the leg. Making sure that Charlotte Flair is unstable. And now picking her up. Delivering those gut-wrench suplexes that she delivered to Rousey earlier. Almost got the pin on Rousey with them. Silencing Charlotte Flair's momentum as she now preys on Ronda on the outside. Oh my god. She's lifted her up. Oh, Kira Fuda facebuster on the outside to Ronda Rousey. Rousey may not make it to Hell in a Cell. She may go into that match injured. As now Baszler looking to do the same to Flair, but a reversal. Oh my god. Facebuster by Flair. And now what is Flair going for? It looks like figure 4 locked in. I don't know. Yep, she's going to try and bridge it into the figure 8. I don't think Duke is damaged enough. Again, Duke is pretty fresh in comparison to Baszler and Rousey. And Duke managing to get the leverage, throwing Charlotte Flair's foot away. And now Duke back to her feet. Oh, kick to the gut by Flair. Now Shafir makes the tag completely fresh. Oh my god. Oh, that forearm. Oh my god. She went for a flying clothesline, caught in midair by Charlotte Flair into a flapjack. And now Flair trying to keep Shafir grounded. Shafir completely fresh. All of these women absolutely beating the shit out of each other, but Shafir has just been watching the entire time. As now Rousey gets in there to get some revenge against the woman who pinned her last week. Shafir wriggling free. And now these two, collar and elbow tie up. Rousey a little bit stronger, but Shafir a little bit quicker. Judo throw. Now working on the arm of Shafir. Rousey again, going for another Rousey buster, looking at the horsewomen as she does it. Shafir out on her back. Now Rousey thrown into the corner of the horsewomen. Punch to the gut. We've seen this before. The MMA takedown combo. And Rousey could be out cold. Flair knocked to the outside. 1, 2, 3. There it is. The horsewomen pick up a well-needed win. More momentum going into that fatal 5-way. So we're going straight into the next match. No entrances this time. We've got a TV title match. Triple threat. Andrade Cien Almas Cesaro. And as you can see over there waiting to get involved in the action, Aiden English. We didn't have an intro. We didn't have like an entrance because we had an advert, and I kindly cut it out. There we go, nice and smooth. As now Cesaro awkwardly sort of runs towards Andrade and pushes his face away. So the TV champion is now rolled out of the ring. We see him every so often on NXT. He's part of the NXT tournament. I believe he has a match this week. Yes, he has a match this week against Flip Gordon. We're going to find out whether or not he's going to advance any further in that tournament. Aiden English, a man who is a former North American NXT champion, had a really great feud with R-Truth over on NXT in the last sort of season of NXT. And now pinfall on the champ, but no, Cesaro back in there to break it up. Interrupts Cesaro as he was going for that rolling, that like spinning fist. Kick to the gut by Cesaro. Went for that spinning elbow again. Received a kick in response, and then a drop kick by Andrade, taking Cesaro down. Quick pinfall, 1. Just a 1 count so far. Andrade Almas, already the longest reigning TV champ after his defense against Oney Lorcan last week. He beat Luke Harper for the belt the week before. So we've had a 1-week-long champ and a 2-week-long champ. If the pattern keeps on going, he might lose it here tonight, and then we'll have a 3-week-long champ following this. But we'll see what happens, as Aiden English is in pretty much control. He's taken out Cesaro, the main threat it seems, and now he's focusing on Andrade, who was a little bit distracted by the fact that Cesaro was in the match. I think a lot of people were expecting Cesaro to be a massive threat, and now English going after Cesaro again. Now, he had thrown Aiden English out of the ring when reversing that Boston Crab, and now Andrade and Cesaro, two people who I'm sure would put on a fantastic singles match. And now Andrade Almas setting up for something. Cesaro's waiting in the wings, or at least he was. Drop kick to the side of the head to Andrade, who now rolls out, and now laying in the punches on Aiden English, who reverses, going for a gut kick, but he didn't get any of it. There's a European uppercut in the corner. And now, what is Cesaro? Cesaro's looking for the neutralizer. Very early on in this match, on Aiden English, he's eliminated Andrade, the stronger link. There's a 2 count, and 3. Cesaro's dethroned Almas and is the new TV champion. Almas has got to be gutted about that one. And now it is time for the main event. Some final hype before we get to the Armageddon Hell in a Cell main event of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Roman Reigns, who beat Brock Lesnar last week to take Lesnar's place. Lesnar was injured, refusing to take himself out the match, so Heyman booked a match to basically screw Lesnar out of his spot. And Roman Reigns was the man that took it, that took the Beast's spot, basically, in the chamber. Fucking hell. I give up. And one of the favourites to win, Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, technically, they've all got equal odds. However, this man has won a triple threat build-up match in the past few weeks. And I believe he pinned the Beast. Whatever he did, he injured the Beast. He has put the Beast out of commission. A combination of him and Roman Reigns. And their tag partner, the current world champ, current US champ. That's right, he is a double champion now, only bringing out his world championship since that is the highlight of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but he does own both belts now after pinning and retiring Batista. And now their opponents, this is going to be a 3-on-3 tag match. All members of the Hell in a Cell match in this match, and Braun Strowman is coming out first. And now his tag partner, the man that I am the most enthusiastic about winning the Hell in a Cell Armageddon match, Elias, who is here arguably like by fluke. He's been gifted this opportunity by Paul Heyman. He's not really done anything good this season, he's just here. Now, another man with massive odds on winning. Former WWE champion Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath. It's going to be interesting to see how many claymores he manages to deliver inside of that Hell in a Cell. So here we go, Tornado rules, 3-on-3, just like we saw with the Women of Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, Elias and Braun Strowman. Now we've seen some of these men team up before. I believe we've seen McIntyre and Strowman team up before in tag action, building towards, I believe it was Rebellion. So they have some chemistry built up already. However, they know that they're all going to be fighting each other. We've got the new wild card in there, Roman Reigns. And now, 3 of these men toppling to the outside. Nakamura willingly going to the outside there. Braun and KO seem to brawl through the ropes. As now Roman Reigns takes on Elias. And McIntyre and Nakamura go one-on-one. Elias almost giving Roman Reigns the pinfall there. Braun quick to climb into the ring, realising that Elias isn't probably the best pick to stay in the ring. He is seen by many as some sort of an underdog. Maybe not on the same level. However, he has just rolled up the world champion. And almost pinned him. Is now the numbers game starts to work its magic, or at least it did until Nakamura got into the ring. Braun Strowman just barreling Roman down. Here we go. Now it's a 3-on-2 until Roman can get back in. Nakamura taking a roll out. Roman throwing those massive punches. Oh, now Nakamura with an inverted... Nope. Whoa, he could not pick up McIntyre there. Went to go for an inverted power slam. Usually uses it to set up for a Kinshasa, but he didn't manage to get all of it. And a spear by Reigns. A thunderous spear by Reigns. But he's in there with all of the heel team. STO by McIntyre, taking down Roman. Pop-up powerbomb by Owens. Going for the pinfall now. 1. And Strowman manages to break it up. Nakamura and McIntyre. McIntyre just throwing Nakamura out to ringside next to where Elias is. Kevin Owens now in the ring. Barreled down. And now Nakamura taking the fight back to McIntyre. Managed to sneak into the ring. There's a forearm. Flooring the Scottish psychopath. Not only did he kick out, but Strowman and Elias were there to break it up. There's a fisherman's neck breaker there by Elias on Roman Reigns. 1, 2. Oh, and if it wasn't for Kevin Owens, Elias would have just pinned Roman Reigns. But now Reigns back in control over Elias, or at least he was very briefly. Massive clothesline there. Nakamura needs to watch out. Claymore to Nakamura. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre pins the man with the most momentum.